To whom agree? Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Welcome back.
It's us and not just us.
Oh, man.
We got double research assistants tonight, baby.
We got everybody in the garage tonight.
Tim and Liana are here as our podlings. I decided just off the top of my head.
We're not going to suck the life essence out of them, though. Maybe.
We might.
We'll see.
If we can figure out how to do it.
See if we can figure it out.
Gelflings were always better.
Because we're talking about the Dark Crystal, 1982. The first one we've done in a while that's not an anniversary specific. Yeah. We've been doing a lot on accident that was like, 35 years, 35 years.
No, we do everything on accident, just so y'all know. We do everything on accident.
And if, like my mother, you don't remember this movie, even though you told me it was the first movie that scared me.
Wow.
It's available on Prime, Hulu, Peacock, and Pluto.
It is out there.
Please go watch it.
The series is available on Netflix.
And I did start that. We'll talk about it a little bit at the end. Or I guess we could talk about it before.
Whatever you want to do, girl.
Well, first I wanted to talk about, we're going to be posting the social media photos of the podling that Liana made.
Yes.
And the Skeksi that Liana made.
Yes.
And Kim is wearing the most adorable dark crystal sweater tonight.
Oh, and we also have those pictures of the mystics from the Academy Museum.
Oh, that's right. I got to dig through my phone and find those.
We have those too.
But yes, we're all big Dark Crystal fans.
We're big
Jim Henson fans.
Brian Froud fans.
Yes, absolutely. Kim has a Dark Crystal tattoo.
She sure do.
Nobody else has a Dark Crystal tattoo in this room, do they?
No, think so. Not in this room. I was going to say, like, what? Like, she's the only one in the world.
You guys?
I'm sure that's not
We
true.
have the only Dark Crystal tattoo ever
in existence. In here tonight.
I'm the biggest fan.
She's the biggest fan.
She is the Annie Wilkes of Dark Crystal.
Oh, my God. She just like, she's smashing puppet ankles, so it's fine. It's fine. They're just puppets.
Puppet ankles.
That's why they all walk like that. Kim's been at him with the sledgehammer. You will stay. She's like Elmira on him. She's like, no, you will
she
stay
just
and
pets
you will
him
dance
too
for
hard.
me. Yes.
She Lenny's them a little bit. She's like, oh, I just think you're so cute.
Smash.
Their eyes bug out.
So yeah, so I watched
the hand inside goes.
I watched the first 2 episodes of the prequel on Netflix. It is good and also not bad, but like it's good, but also
it is bad.
Because it's visually better, it's worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's because
things
we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, because things are newer and more realistic looking. It's worse in a way. Because you don't have it's all puppets. All the characters are puppets, and the ooze. Oh God,
I don't want it.
There's a quote unquote lady Skeksi, and for some reason she's the only one that's covered in pustules.
Ew.
She's got
that
glands.
Are constantly oozing, and she's like dabbing them with a hanky, and there's
disgusting.
like snot coming.
Why
off
does
of
she
her?
have to be that? Like they're all gross, but why does she have to be particularly gross? Because
I don't know, man.
I don't.
She real gross.
The Skeksis were always supposed to be non-binary, essentially.
Yeah, so
that's what I thought.
Because there is supposed to be a she, but she's clearly different looking. Like she kind of has a bosom, and she's wearing like a skirt, and she has a shorter.
That's interesting.
She has like a shorter beak kind of thing, like how the rest all kind of have a bird beak. She kind of more looks like a turtle. Like she's got a shorter.
Is she like half mystic, half?
I don't know.
Skeksi?
Maybe she got caught between.
But not a tree person, which I don't know how you get a tree person from a mystic and a Skeksi.
It was like the fly.
Yeah, so we don't see. I was kind of hoping they would go so far back that it was the tall whites still before they split,
whites.
Which Kim would hate.
I know.
And they explain,
I thought of you.
They explain in the beginning about Aughra as the keeper of the crystal. There's 7 clans of Gelflings.
Yeah.
They all get along. Everything's happy, happy, happy. And then suddenly the Skeksis appear. And now if it said the crystal cracked, I was watching. I was sober. I was looking at the screen. I was listening.
Texting me questions.
I was texting Kim like, why do they not talk about the crystal crack?
Maybe the Gelflings don't know necessarily.
Maybe
that's what
maybe
happened.
we're only knowing so
we only
much
get
what
to
they
know what they know.
And
I think by by the point that the series starts, it's already cracked. But I think the Skeksis kind of disguise themselves as good guys, so they can
Right, so it says
so they're
basically
already
they
out
show
here
up-
wandering the earth. They
Yeah.
just haven't seen them yet.
They show up and
Okay.
tell Aughra basically like, "Oh no, we're good guys. We're totally cool. We're totally cool. We're gonna build you this planetarium or whatever they call that thing, and we'll
Planetarium.
watch this jewel for you while you go daydream for." It doesn't say exactly how long, like 100 years or something. And so in the meantime, they're sucking all the juice out of the crystal.
People juice eaters?
People juice eater. Well, not yet. They become people juice eater
Right.
because the crystal
Gelfling juice eaters.
is not working. So they got to be Gelfling juice eaters because that's how they get their youth back. So that's where we're starting from. But I think
Okay.
if you're really into the Dark Crystal, it's definitely worth a watch.
Right.
But it's so weird to see so many different Gelfling faces because you only ever saw the two.
Right.
And they do a good job of like, so you can
Making
they
them
don't all look
different,
the
like
same.
you could differentiate.
So they all look very different, but some of the faces are disturbing.
Well, like Gelfling faces kind of freak me out a little bit.
Yeah.
They kind of
Little
freak
bit.
me out a little bit. They
Yeah.
look very alien, which is why I don't know how you love this movie as much as you do, Kim. Because between the Gelfling faces and the tree people, this is like
Right?
your worst nightmare.
Aren't you horrified?
Aren't you Why aren't
She
you
loves to
horrified
be
by
horrified.
this? You know what? We're not going to stop until you don't like this movie anymore.
Don't talk about aliens in front of Kim, you guys.
The little tree root heads.
She's gonna drive home by
No!
herself. At least you aren't driving home from my house by yourself.
Right? I know. It's a lot closer.
yeah.
It's a lot creepier alien-wise where I live than it is out here.
Aliens are.
Exactly.
Right?
I live where the aliens live, you guys.
Oh, and if you look to
I don't
one
even
side.
believe that they're real, but the idea of them.
It's enough.
Oh.
It's enough.
I mean, I don't like them either, but you know, like my brother is way more freaked out about them things than I am.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know.
I welcome them.
I will please
Take me to your homeworld.
take me wherever it is that
Mothership,
you live.
come for
It's
me.
got to be better than this.
Yeah. Now? Hell yeah. I'll
Oh,
take
I
my
don't-
chances.
Unless
I'll
it's
take
like a
my
fire
chances,
in the
right?
sky moment. I don't really want that.
You know what though? I watched that VHS Beyond, and it's all about like space and stuff. Whatever. It's the one that you would hate.
No thanks.
But there's like this one little vignette where the girl, she's like one of those like podcasters or whatever, YouTuber, and she like goes and investigates all these things, and she finds a spaceship and she gets on it, but while she's on it, it takes off and like time jumps and light speed and
shit.
whatever, and then like every time it does, she becomes like goo.
Oh.
And then she's like,
that's cool.
fuck. Like, it just gets worse and worse the further away into space that she gets. Like,
Oh,
at first
wow.
she's all excited, like, oh, fuck, what's all this? And they take off. It's like, oh no.
Humans are not built for this.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Wow. So yeah, but you will find no humans in this piece. It is all. And I tried to look up how many different creatures were made for this, and all I could find was how many different physical puppets they made, which was
Oh.
170. But that included variations of like faces and stuff.
Right.
But I couldn't find like a definitive answer of like how many unique
Oh, like
species.
different. Well, because
did they
that's
make
what
for
I always
this?
like seeing. I
Yes.
like seeing these.
just the scenes
the
of
Muppets or whatever, when it's like a wide shot and you see like some weird Muppet bird and little
Something's
Muppet rodent
peeking out
just
of the ground,
running
and the
around. It's just
mountain.
part of this world that
Right.
they
Little
created for you.
the world building.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you're completely immersed, and I think that's what you were talking about with the
new one is
was
that the backgrounds are a
background
lot
is
of
CGI, and I don't want
Yeah.
that. I don't want that either.
It's not. I mean, it's not when they're going through the forest. So, like, if you're following a main character through the forest,
Right.
she's touching physical
Yes.
things. There's physical stuff happening, but the sky
Yeah, it's not as
and the
impressive.
background is like it's not where it's fully pulling you out of the moment. But if
Right.
you start focusing on it, you're like, that's
I don't
digital.
wanna-
Like, yeah,
Like, because these places, it could just be some park somewhere.
right. Well,
but
because this
when
was
you
all in
put
what
smaller-
England and
Yeah.
Scotland or something or Ireland.
So of course
something
it
like
already
that.
looks
It just looks like that.
fantastical just anyway, and putting those kinds of creatures in that element seems right.
So yeah, speaking of the creatures, we meet our first one. So we get a narration, another world, another time, and the
time.
Age of Wonder. And now they don't ever name the place in this, do they?
No, I don't
Okay,
think
it's
so.
called Thra.
Yes, it was. That's right. I did see that.
Yeah,
it was
that's in the-
shortened from Mithra,
Okay.
but it sounded too much like a god or a goddess, I think, in some religion that I can't think of right now. But they had to they shortened it to Thra.
But yeah, they say that word a lot in the
In
series. They
the
make
series,
sure you
yeah.
know you are in Thra.
Thra.
Everything's
I am
happening
in
in
Thra.
Yes.
Flagrante Thra.
And so it's been 1,000 years at this point since the crystal cracked, the shards went missing.
Right. It
and
used to be, it was green and good, and then the crystal cracked, and then the shard took off.
And 2 new races appeared.
The
cruel
Skeksis.
Skeksis and the gentle mystics.
Right.
And such a weird, when you find out how it ends or whatever,
Yeah,
you're like,
how are
those
those
two make-
that plus that makes that?
1 + 1 don't make 3.
No,
What's
the math
happening?
is not mathing.
It
I don't
does
know
not.
how, whatever. But it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy.
So the castle.
This is actually the end of Fantasy February, by the way.
Oh, this is the last one?
This is the last one of Fantasy February.
Bye-bye, Fantasy February.
Well, this is the
At
most
the end, we'll talk
fantastical
about
of it all.
I mean, honestly, next month is still fantasy.
It's pretty
but
fantastical.
it's got a different. We'll tell you. At
It's
the
got
end
a
of the
different
episode.
bent
Yeah.
to it.
So the Skeksis control the crystal. They live in the crystal castle. Oh, I wish I could think of a crystal castle song right now, and I'd start singing it.
Oh, I
can't think of
remember
one.
that being one of the books in elementary
I know it just
school.
sounds. It's just
Yeah.
like
Ding, 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 ding. That was one of the reader books. In
like I don't know.
elementary
There's
school.
always some like heavy bass. I don't know. So yeah, so we see the Skeksis standing around the crystal, and they're talking about there's only 10 of them left.
It's a dying race ruled by a dying emperor, imprisoned within themselves on a dying land.
And they cheat death through the power of the dark crystal.
As they ravish the land, they replenish themselves.
And a new emperor must seize the throne. The old emperor is dying. And we get some really good close-up details of these ugly motherfucking
Oh my god,
Skeksis.
they're so nasty. They used to scare the fucking
They're
shit out
scary,
of me.
man.
I do not feature a fucking Skeksi. I don't want to see
Just
that
wait till we
shit.
get to the naked one.
Oh,
I do.
That's foul. What'd you say?
I don't see it all. I featured the Skeksi.
She
she features
Leanna
the like
features the
clothed and
Skeksi.
unclothed. She does love it.
All of them.
No,
Crevices.
so many crevices.
there's a lot you could hide
detail.
things in. I
The
know
detail.
they're like and the laser eye thing, the crystal eye thing freaks me
Were
out.
there Care Bear staring at the crystal?
Yes, just
That part did creep me out as a kid was when he gets drained. And
Yes, the podling that gets drained.
yeah, when he
His
like
little face.
dehydrates a little bit,
Oh
that just
my
makes me
gosh.
sad.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I love that scene so much.
Ugh.
But far from all this nonsense, the mystics are living peacefully. And there
Yeah.
are also only 10 left.
There's only 10 of them, and their leader is also dying.
What a coinky dink.
Oh shit, that's weird.
What's the connection here?
Weird. I bet you that's got something to do with the other.
And the mystics are doing their hum, their crash test dummies hum.
Once there was this Gelfling.
They do kind of have similar hair. They do. And we cut to a new species, well, one we haven't met yet. A lone naked Gelfling. Why is he naked?
I don't know. Is he?
Because Jim
He
Henson
is
wanted-
fully
okay.
naked.
I must have shut that out of my memory.
He wanted you to know
I wanted
this is
nothing.
what a Gelfling looks like.
This is it, baby.
This
And
is-
he made sure we
hey.
know what a Skeksis looks like naked. We
Oh,
don't
I
get to see a
know.
naked mystic, though.
They were far more chaste.
A naked Aughra.
Oh.
How many titties do you think she got under there?
Oh, probably several. I bet you she
Because
got more than two
The
titties.
fucking Skeksi's got titties under there.
I know they also do. I don't know if it's a case of a sag.
I
know
had
at least 4 are on the
paused
ground.
it.
They
right
have
then
4
and
arms,
looked and
so
was like,
she's probably got like Chihuahua
Yeah.
titties,
Like they're just down. They just keep going.
or like a pit bull that's had a litter. Is what her titties look like.
It's like E.T., but with like a lot of.
Oh, gross.
So Jen is nude playing his flute, and no, that's not an innuendo. He's literally playing his little flute next to the river. And we see all these adorable creatures, and that's
I
where I,
know,
went and
that's
looked up. I was like, how many different fucking things did they make? Because
Those
there's
little
so many.
things, they look like those. Remember them little sky dancers? Where you
They
pull
either
out
got
the little
caught in your
brrrr.
hair,
Yep.
or
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
I loved a sky dancer. I'm gonna buy
I'll
us
have
some
a
sky,
sky
dancers.
dancer.
Everybody
We're gonna
getting a
set
sky
them up.
dancer this
We're
Christmas,
all getting
bitch.
sky dancers for Christmas.
We'll all get a different color one, and
We'll
we'll
all
fly
stand
them all
out at your
together and
house
see what
with
happens.
Fly them all together.
Right? Yeah, not near any fireplaces.
Well, we could do it all down here where the wires are.
Right? If we do it at my house, we'll have nice open air. Hopefully, it won't get snatched up by a.
It's gonna get snatched
By
up
a
by a
what?
desert wind and like go far.
That
We'll
too?
We should attach notes to them.
See if they land
We'll
somewhere.
put Doom Generation cards on them.
Just launching sky dancers all over the nation. You guys, fans, everybody
Keep an
buy a
eye
sky
out.
dancer.
There's 5 golden tickets.
Go out to the desert and find them.
Please launch a sky dancer with a Doom Generation logo.
That's our new marketing
near
campaign.
you. Near you.
Marketing by Sky
Guerrilla
Dancer.
marketing. Yes.
Guerrilla Sky Dancer marketing.
So yeah, so we
That's
get.
the business.
This is our first like kind of shot of all these adorable little creatures
Right.
that they made that are just background.
I know,
Like, they
it's
did
just-
this just to immerse you into this
like-
world of everything's weird.
You see it a little bit later when they talk about what these little creatures are, but only when the Skeksis eat them.
Right?
And
As they're eating like Dennis Quaid. I have that note. I'm like, why Skeksis eat like Dennis Quaid?
gross.
Crunching through the show.
His research for substance.
What?
He watched this movie. As
He was like,
Yeah, he
how
was
do
like,
I eat for the
I'm going to be a
substance?"
Skeksi.
So a storm is coming, and Jen returns to his master, and his master, who decided to wait till the day before
I have
he
so
died.
many notes about that to mention this very important.
Your whole life's quest,
Right.
The prophecy that's
I
about
probably
you.
should have mentioned this earlier, but oopsie poopsie.
The thing that's now going to happen in like 3 days, and I'll be dead and can't help you with.
I'm going to disappear here in a minute, so I guess I better let you know.
But I'm just going to give you some really vague,
Super vague.
information.
I mean, I was going to leave you a note.
but since you're here,
Yeah, come on
since
in
you just got
before-
back from the salon with your highlights,
It reminds me of those wigs that I had, the one that I gave to your kid. It reminds me because it had like tinsel bits in it, and it had that
Right.
very Tina
and
Turner
they all,
cut.
I think all the Gelflings in the series have tinsel highlights. Yeah.
I said earlier that I wanted like tinsel highlights, and then I just realized them's my grays.
There you go. You
It's
got
my
silver
unicorn
tinsel.
hairs. It's silver hairs.
So he tells them about the prophecy, find the crystal shard and save our world, or the Skeksis rule forever. And somehow this little Gelfling has gone however many years he's lived
Right.
without like apparently ever even having heard any of this fucking information before. So he tells them Aughra holds the shard. Days walk away. She knows all the secrets. Don't ask me, I'm dying.
Follow the main sun until you get to her spot. Then once you get the crystal, then you gotta like heal the dark crystal.
But I'm not going to
Vague.
tell you how to do that. Or
No,
where
I'm
that
not going
is.
to tell you, and I'm just going to lay my little neck up here and die. Disappear. Whoop. Well, at least he got to disappear. Meanwhile, the Skeksis are all gathered around this massive bed with this desiccated, like white dog poo Skeksi.
And fucking Chamberlain. Simon Pegg does the Chamberlain voice in the series. And I had to look it up because I was like, you know what? I bet you because this is newer, there's a bunch of famous people.
Yeah.
Yes, there are.
Oh, really?
It's like Simon Pegg is Chamberlain. Anya
Really?
Taylor-Joy is one of the main
oh,
Gelflings. No, in the new
one. I
one.
was like, for
Girl,
real?
back then he was like 10 years old.
Hence my face. I was like, what the fuck are you
No,
talking
he does
about?
the new because there's a Chamberlain. There's
Yes.
Chamberlain's
Okay.
there. Aughra's there. There's I don't know if it's what's his name Fizzgig, but
Fizzgig. Oh, but they have that.
they have those
creature.
animals. Yeah, there's a few different
There's
things.
actually a connection to Hot Fuzz and Dark Crystal.
Really?
Billy Whitelaw, who does the voice.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Aughra, she's the old lady in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, the one
Billy
from The
Whitelaw.
Omen. Is
Yep.
that the same?
Mrs. Blaylock.
Oh, okay.
She's Aughra's voice, and then Simon Pegg is Chamberlain.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
So yeah,
that's
so back
fun.
at the castle, fucking Chamberlain creeping around.
I know.
They gather at the bed of the fucking desiccated emperor.
The emperor that is dying, and
He's
like
got a face like Nosferatu's dick. She did. Tessa finally watched it.
I did see it. I did see it. It was not the undead extravaganza that I was led to believe.
It wasn't. It's an undead.
It was.
but do you have any explanation for that ass?
No,
Yeah.
I do. I
You
do
do?
have an explanation for that.
Okay,
ass.
so on the if you
On
guys
the-
aren't
in
patrons,
this month in Doom,
the
I
next
will
this month
explain
in
it.
Doom, Tessa's gonna explain Nosferatu's.
I'm going to
She's gonna explain
it
that
to
booty.
you. I'm going to explain it to you because, yes, there is an explanation for that ass.
So the emperor finally dies. He crumbles away to dust, and at the same
and that
time,
used to scare the shit out of me, too. when
that
he
was
would,
good. And at the same time, you see the mystic just sparkle away, fade away, and
he
sparkles.
just fade away, whatever. But the Lord Chamberlain's up here trying to touch the scepter, and like the Emperor's like, no, it's mine.
But then he dies.
Yeah, and then he dies, and then everyone's like, so who's gonna grab that shit? And Lord Chamberlain's like, it's time for me to make my move. I'm the goofy one. Everyone's gonna take me seriously if I go sit on that throne right now, because the general is like, nope,
It's not going to be you.
not gonna be you. It's
Not
gonna be
gonna be
me.
you.
It's gonna be me, my good dude.
So the mystics have sent forth Jen. Meanwhile, while the Skeksis are arguing over
Right.
the fucking who's going to be next.
And don't they do trial by stone? Is
Yeah,
this where
trial
they
by
do the
stone.
Trial by stone.
So this is our first view of the podlings when they come to drag the stone and the swords up.
Poor little
So cute.
slavelings.
Little potato people.
I love them.
And so they pull up this stone that's got like
I don't
sword
understand what this. How do
who
you
can
even
hack
tell?
the stone the hardest? I guess I don't know.
I guess, but how would you even know? Because it's already all cut up, unless of course you knock
Unless
its
you
block
knock
off.
it, yeah, which seems like it'd be a lot easier to do considering it's all been chipped away.
I
in the
know.
middle.
It's like it's not even all that cool.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
General.
I don't really understand. But so the other guy, the general, wins because he chops the
Right.
stone in half,
He
and
did.
now by law, Chamberlain's got to be punished.
Yes.
And they just fucking strip his
Yes.
ass
He's all
down.
strip him. Take his robes.
And why does he look like the three-titty harpy from the
yes.
last unicorn? But like, put a
The
hedgehog
teeth
spine
and
on him.
everything.
Yeah. So put a hedgehog spines on his back,
Uh-huh.
and then I don't know if you noticed that he had tiny little arms
Yeah,
growing
there's
out of
like-
his shoulder
uh-huh.
blades.
Because there's also the mystics have
Extra
4
arms. Yeah.
And so also do the Skeksis, but it's like little tiny chicken
They're
arms
hidden.
under
Yeah,
the-
they're
uh-huh.
like tiny ones.
Yeah.
Both those movies came out the same year.
Which ones?
Last Unicorn and
Last Unicorn and this
Oh.
came out the same year.
Interesting.
So
'Cause that
nobody
was
copied
Rankin
nobody.
Bass, though.
Yeah.
oh, so they've been working on it for a while.
So that
Maybe, yeah. 'Cause
Somebody
it was-
stole their harpy design
Brian Froud
just to
infiltrated.
show what Chamberlain looks like naked. Put more titties, then we can't say
You
we
know
stole
what?
it.
I
Give him
wanted
6
to look.
titties.
He needs 6 titties instead. Get him a little bikini top with 6 little triangles.
So yeah, so before he leaves, like, because they're gonna kick him
He's
out,
banished.
he's banished. But the crystal calls.
Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And they all head to the chamber and they see Jen. Oh no, the prophecy.
fuck, is that
the
a
prophecy. Fuck, we thought they were all
Shit.
dead.
We killed them all.
So the emperor orders, the new emperor orders
Right.
the Gartham, which are these fucking,
Oh my god.
oh, I hate the Gartham. These big clacky beetle.
They got like also tentacles too.
And are
they're,
you
like-
telling me these existed before the crystal cracked? Because they said only 2 new species
right?
came from the
so
crystal
the Gartham
cracking.
were already there.
The Gartham were just cool before?
They just lived underground and nobody told them to like fuck anybody's shit up.
Maybe
They
'cause
were
they
just,
got
like,
them
minding their
purple
own
eyes.
business. I don't like the purple
So they're like
eyes.
possessed
I think, you know, I
by
don't.
the crystal.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what they look like?
the way it ends. They
Yeah.
just
Maybe.
disappear.
Oh yeah, because they
weren't created by
disintegrate.
the-
Maybe they're just like agents of the crystal.
I wonder
they
how
look
you
like
make
the
a
things
Gartham.
in like I showed you from Neverending Story 2 with Jonathan Brandis. There was like these little things that walked on little spiky foots, and they also had purple eyes, and they look like a lot like the Gartham, but more upright. These look like roly polies on with
They
extra.
in the series they have roly polies,
Really?
big fucking roly polies that motor their they're turned into wheels and they take their
Oh.
vehicles from place to place. But they're kind of adorable.
I want that.
They have
though.
like adorable faces, but they're giant.
I want to
hard
travel
shell
like
roly-polies.
via snail shell.
There you
and,
go.
Like a little.
It makes you feel strawberry shortcake.
I want to. Yeah, it just. Yeah. It,
Giant snail.
the what?
Never-ending story.
Yeah, Neverending
Yeah, the
Story
little
had the
racing
giant snail.
Is that Deep Roy?
that was
That
Deep
was-
Roy. Deep
Roy
Roy's
rode
in
the
here.
snail. Yeah, and he's
And
who's
Deep Roy's
Deep Roy in
just
this?
said additional performer. It's
Oh,
probably
so we
just
don't
someone
know.
in a suit.
We'll never
Probably
know.
Gartham. Possibly.
Those
or
things were
Podling.
huge.
Or maybe he was Jen in a suit. I don't know. But also the guy that was Gustafer in Baron Munchausen is in this too.
He was in
Also
here.
as additional performer.
Like Like when they have to have a long shot of the.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Just the little.
There was
the
quite a
running
few.
legs.
There was quite a few people in this cast list. It was like a 60-person long cast list, but none of them
Were names you recognized.
Jim Henson, Frank Oz, Billy Whitelaw,
That's it.
Deep Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of them were like hired circus performers and.
Oh, I could imagine.
Stuff, like the stilt walkers.
Oh yeah. For the land striders, I'd ride a land strider.
Those things are creepy as hell.
I know
They look like moths and bats.
a little
Like
bit.
And rabbits at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah, that weird old man face that they got.
With the little things like the long tooth.
You got a long tooth.
The long tooth.
I don't like the long tooth though. The little rodent tooth. You're a little long in the rodent tooth for me.
So there's like a spy bat, a crystal bat, watching Jen as he climbs
Right.
this mountain. And those fucking things on the mountain, there was
know.
like sea anemones all
I
over the
know
mountain.
they
that,
like tumble over and whatever.
sucked back in.
Yes.
Like Big Bird's hair or something. I don't know what that was.
Like snuffleupagus eyelashes.
Yes.
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupalashes.
So he's like, oh, this. Even Jen's like,
I know.
This
He's
place
like,
is
this
weird.
place is weird. Like,
Like, you
yeah.
didn't have none of this shit where you lived.
I think it is too. Well, how often would he have gone out?
Apparently, never. He just fucking went and got naked and swam in the lake.
How
and
old
played
is
his
Jen?
flute.
1,000 years old?
I don't know. I don't think it ever says.
Because it said 1,000 years ago they showed up, and if they showed up,
Well, no,
because
because it took once they showed up. That's where we start the series. Is now we're going to
but they
begin
haven't-
demolishing 7 clans of Gelflings.
Got
so
it,
it took a
got it,
while.
got it, to get to
before
his
they, Yeah,
village.
I would assume
So 999 years.
maybe.
So anyway, now Jen is caught in a trap. He gets like scooped up in a little trap, and this hand
Holding
holds
an
up
eyeball.
an eyeball, which I happen to fucking love. Can't be Gelfling. Looks like Gelfling. Smells like Gelfling.
But they're all dead. Can't
He's
be.
in late teens, early 20s. Jen is?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. In Gelfling years?
And Gelfling.
I assume.
And so he tells her his master sent him and that he's a mystic, and she's like, "What? What?"
A
She
what?
looks around like, "Is he here? Is
I
he
know.
with you?"
No.
I don't like those guys.
He came just by myself.
And he's like, "No, he died." And she's like, "Oh, could be anywhere then."
Right? Because he disappeared. He could be.
He could be.
Aughra knows better.
So he tells her he came for a shard, and she's like, "Oh, is that all?
Shit,
You
I
just
got
want a
one of
shard?
those. Come with me.
I got a whole box of that shit."
I
Come
do.
on
Come on
in.
in. And so she's got like this incredible Mr. Ages lair.
Right? She has a planetarium. No,
Planet-
it's not a planetarium.
What do you
Something
call
else.
those things?
I don't know. They say it in the series, and I forgot to write it down because the Skeksi's
But anyway,
built that
she's
for
like
her.
super into astrology. She's got her little tourney thing that's got
planets, her
planet
universe.
things. Like, yeah, so she talks about the stars, the great conjunction.
Because this thing is how she makes her predictions.
Right,
And
right.
She knows another great conjunction is coming.
And when that happens, I don't know.
End of the world, beginning of the world, all the same.
It's all the same. Sometimes bad, sometimes good.
And he's like, "Well, what do I do with the shard?" And she's like, "You
like,
heal the dark crystal."
Duh.
Here, dumps a box of shards
I
at
know.
his feet.
Figure it
Fucking
out. He's like,
figure it
which
out.
one is it? Like, I don't know. You better figure it out. So he plays this little, like, he remembers. Right, no one's helpful.
They know everything. But
Yes,
But they're
they
not
know
gonna
everything,
tell
but
Jen.
told him nothing.
Nope.
So he thinks back and remembers the tuning. So he plays on his flute.
He matches pitch on his flute, and the one that's the right shard glows purple.
He's like, oh shit, this must be the shard. So he puts his pocket.
And then she's like, "And now you don't even know what to do with it, do you, little fucking
I know,
idiot?"
and now there's like,
Ha-ha!
yeah, you're so fucking stupid, and now there's no time.
Because I'm not gonna tell you because
I'm
the Gartham
not.
are attacking now.
Oh
busting
shit,
down
here
my
come
walls.
the Gartham. They're fucking up my fucking house.
So Jen climbs the universe and breaks her. They all break her shit down because
and he like has a slide to way far away.
right. He got
'Cause you
far.
could-
He turns
yeah.
around and looks, and it's like
And it's like
100
the-
miles in the distance on fire.
Right?
You're like, what
He's
the fuck?
I'd be pissed if I were her. Like, you know how long I've been living here
In peace.
in peace?
Skeksies
Nobody's
ain't
fucking
fucking
bothering
with
me.
me.
Me and my shards, looking at the goddamn stars, probably tripping balls.
So he looks back, sees her home in flames, and there's Chamberlain is nearby. Chamberlain has now
Oh.
left the castle, and he's over there watching.
Right, naked and watching.
He's found some scraggly. He's got like
he's
rags
got his, like,
on.
underpants. It's like his pantaloons. What do you call that? A shift? He's got a shift on.
Something like that. So now the crystal is now calling the mystics to the castle. So they they start their very slow
Oh my god, I have so many
journey.
notes about these motherfuckers still shambling.
They had
these
to keep-
motherfuckers still
They had
shuffling.
to keep just cutting back for a 1 second
Right.
shot. So
And
like, yes,
so
they're
they
still on their
sent
way.
him out and then also left.
It's the Democrats in Congress.
Yes.
But instead of being like, oh, well, why don't we walk with you?
right.
going
Or
to
like,
the same
let's well,
place.
no, Jen does not have time for that, even
That's
though they
true.
all get there at the
That's
same
true.
goddamn time.
True.
Even though they get there at
the
the same
same
fucking
time.
time. Well, he had to make stops. He had to pick up the shard.
He had to sit there and wonder what to do with the shard
He had
silently.
to play his flute.
He looks down, he sees his image, but then it's gone. And then he hears something in the forest. Yeah, you hear something in the forest. Everything in the forest is fucking moving.
Everything is fucking moving and twittering.
Why
and
were you
moving
even
and
suspicious about this
fluttering
noise?
and whatever? I know. I guess because he was just chased by the Gartham.
And he goes to investigate and he finds a footprint.
That looks like his footprint.
And he looks down in this like little hole and Fizzgig pops out. Which is
Fizzgig.
basically a Pomeranian with multiple rows of teeth.
Yeah.
But when he's not
Pretty
opening
much.
his
It's
mouth,
the
he just looks
cutest
like
thing ever,
Yeah,
and I
he's
want one.
adorable. He's adorable. And then he scares him, and here comes a girlfling.
A girlfling?
It's a girl Gelfling.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, huh? And she's like, huh? I
What?
thought I was the last one. I
I thought I
the
was
last one."
too.
And she goes to help him out, and when their hands touch, they dream fast.
And they're like having conversations and sharing memories.
Yeah, so we get to a quick kind of thing through like what his first memories were of the mystics finding him as a baby and raising him.
That he was
and,
found by the mystic. She was shoved in a tree and her mom was eaten by a Skeksi.
and the podlings took care of her.
Right. I know, they're so fucking cute.
The little
podlings are, like, the
Gelflings
best
are
thing ever.
adorable.
Well, that little
That's
baby
me in the
Gelfling-
bath. He's just like
I know, he's like, oh, look at
Oh,
him
no.
having a bath. You're
She
looking
saw
at
me
my
naked.
bath dreams.
And he starts to sink in this water, but she does her little and a fucking what did she say it was called? A nebri?
Nebling?
Nebri, which is like a big
Nebri.
ass kind of a fish, I guess.
It's like a toad.
Yeah, like some sort of big water creature.
Right, because at
comes up
first
from
I thought
underneath
she
them.
was for real calling the rocks. I'm like, no, she talks to
I know. I was like,
animals.
what are the chances? She
I
can
know.
also call the rocks. No,
No,
can
she
call
calls a
creature, though.
rock-like creature. So like that thing pops up and then it's got babies. And then you see that also Skeksis eat their babies.
Yeah. So the next scene is the Skeksis. Roast Nebri.
Yeah. And like, oh, the little podlings are like little slaves that are serving Skeksis, the little babies. And of course they eat all
This
gross.
is where I have the note about they eat like Dennis Quaid.
Yes, they do. And although I did like the one with the makeup.
I was gonna say, is that a lady one or a fancy lad?
I don't know.
You
if
said they're
that was
supposed to
it was
be
a French Duke.
non-gendered or like
They were
hermaphroditic
non-binary
or something.
whatever.
They're
but I
neither or
liked
both.
they had
The
silverware
interior designer.
on their fingertips. They had
Oh.
like fork and knife and spoon, but like stuck like fingernails
Mm-hmm.
almost. And they were like picking at their food. So at least they were the least gross.
The least gross of
and
the
I guess
group.
they were also supposed to be 7 of them were like deadly sins. So I assume that one was vanity.
Right. What else
Yeah.
would it be?
He's the interior designer / costume.
Oh,
the-
he does the costuming.
Oh,
That
that,
makes
makes
sense.
sense. What was the one? Vanity was the one in the Smurfs too. Mm-hmm. That was the Vanity one.
So the Gartham return, and they're like, "Oh, they got the Gelfling. They got the Gelfling." No,
But no, they don't.
got
They got
Aughra.
Aughra in a bag.
And she's like, "Fools,
Right,
You wanted
I
a
told
Gelfling.
you.
You fucking asked me,
Right?
I'll bring
Why
you
didn't
the
she just
goddamn
fucking
Gelfling."
ask me?
And like, would she have?
I don't know.
Would she have just turned him over to save
Right?
her
Like,
house?
sure, I'll fucking bring him. Well, I don't know, because then she fucking reads.
Because yeah, then she's like,
Skeksi's to fill.
But the prophecy.
But the prophecy, though, I know you're scared. I know you're all fucked up because there's a Gelfling out there. I heard.
they're coming for you.
They're coming for you, stupid motherfuckers.
And before we find out if the Gelflings will win, we're going to take a quick break.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back. We're back.
We're back, and there's like they're taking a nice little row your boat gently down the stream.
And Kira's singing a little song. Jen plays his little flute along. Mm-hmm. And Fizzgig spots a bat.
Oh, it's a fucking crystal bat.
And Kira chucks a rock at it and knocks it into the lake, but It peeps his little head
I
up.
know. Well, because whatever they see, the Skeksi see.
Yep, they're their spies. So Kira takes Jen to the Podling clan that raised her, and they throw a big old potato party.
Oh man, they're having like a good ass time. They're like a party people.
They are.
Dude, they got a little band. They have like they're having a little feast. I know.
It's the most adorable party ever.
It's best. It's the best.
And Jen tells Kira about the prophecy and admits basically, okay, I got the shard. I don't know what to do with the shard.
He was like, there was like a great something. I don't know. She was saying stuff. I wasn't really fucking listening.
And then here come the goddamn Gartham again.
Shit. They're fucking everybody's up. They're
Fucking
like coming up
party
here on the
crashers.
fucking podlings. They're loading them up and taking them back to the castle. Not the podling.
And Jen, Kira, and Fizzgig
And, like,
escape. And we
she-
get all scooped up.
She tells him not to feel bad, but like I feel like they probably should have mentioned that the Gartham were actively searching for them, like right then in that moment. Like maybe we should have somebody keeping watch and like while we have this party,
Right.
Because they're really looking for Jen right now.
But they were really looking.
Like really looking. They were really looking.
And they're about to get snatched up, but Chamberlain saves the day.
Yes, stops the Gartham, and they're like, "Holy shit, that's a Skeksi."
And they're like, why did this Skeksi save us?
Yeah, that's weird.
Jen gets all mad and he chucks the shard.
I wish I'd never seen it.
Ugh. And he's got
She's
a
like,
little
"Whoa,
owie.
no, hey, don't
Yeah.
do that."
He's got an owie. She puts some moss on it
Yeah, this will make it feel better.
and tells him this is when she's like, oh, the Gartham have always come. It's not because of you.
Right, and the mystics are still walking. And he
Still
talks about
walking.
how he misses them and how he's no hero and like I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not ready for this.
He dreams about talking to his master and wakes up and sees that they're like in this
Yeah,
ruins.
he's like, how did we get here? Did
Right?
she
I didn't
carry
fall asleep
him?
here. What the fuck? No, it's
I know.
obviously where they fell asleep. They just
Okay,
couldn't see
they
it
just
in the
woke
dark.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And they're here at the ruins of the Gelfling lair.
Right, where there's like etchings and
It's like hieroglyphics.
yeah.
It's very Stargate.
And he can read it.
Yes.
Because the master taught him. And it
She
says,
was like, read.
She's like, what?
No one's bothered to teach me to
She's
read.
like, I'm cute.
I
don't need
need to read. I can talk to animals. Fuck you.
Exactly. And he's like, yeah. So she's like, oh, we don't go in here. This is
Yeah, like
all of our
bad
ancestors were
things
killed
happen
here. And he's like, yeah, but
I know, but
all
look
of our
at all this shit.
ancestors
Yeah.
are from here.
This is where we're from.
I gotta
So
go in.
they figure out the prophecy. They must heal the crystal. And here comes Lord Chamberlain again. He's like, oh no, I'm your friend.
Ooh, friend,
Friend. And it
It's
was
all
like
a mistake.
But he's like hypnotizing him.
He's trying. Yeah,
He's like,
They-
she gets up in there like,
don't trust him. Don't trust
Right.
him. And
He's
he
like,
doesn't fall
please
for
make
it.
peace. Make peace.
So he's like, no. Kira talks him out of it.
Right. Like,
They
we got to
take
get to
off.
the fucking castle. Let's call up some land striders.
So these like, what did we say? They look like moths and rabbits and
Yeah.
what
they
else?
Look like,
They're like
when you see those pictures of hairless
albino
rabbits.
bats. Yeah, hairless. Yeah,
When they
Only
have
their-
just the mustache.
only their rabbit ears are on their shoulder blades
Or
or their
something.
elbows or something.
It's weird. I don't know. I'd ride one though.
They look like my old dog.
Oh, a little bit in the face. They do a little bit in the face.
So these land striders agree to give them a ride.
Yes.
And Kira's coming, and he's like, "Whoa, you don't.
Yeah,
no,
you don't have to go. And she was like, no,
"Yeah,
we
I
can
do."
do this together.
And she tries to make Fizzgig stay, and he has a little
No.
temper tantrum.
So he gets to
a
go
scream tantrum. Oh my god! How can he be so cute and so fucking annoying? This is like my animals, though. I tell
was
my
just
animals
gonna
this all
say,
the time.
I'm like, you
How
had
can
one,
you be
I had one. Yes.
simultaneously adorable and fucking annoying
You are
at
so
the same
cute,
time.
yet Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with you?
In the credits, he's Fizzgig, a friendly monster.
A friendly monster, yeah. I mean,
yeah, he's just a monster that she
my
tamed.
favorite part is the rows of teeth.
I love
Yes,
I like the row.
He's
It's
got
like the
sharp
little
teeth.
alien mouth. He's got little rows
Yeah.
of teeth. He's got a little mouth inside his big
Imagine
mouth.
getting bit by Fizzgig.
No.
Ooh.
No, thank you.
So we see that in the castle there are cages full of creatures, all types of
Oh,
animals
podling
and
torture.
podlings. And the Skeksi scientist takes a podling out of the cage. Don't worry, we just want to drain your living essence.
That's fine.
It's
We need to do
totally
that.
Cool.
Look
It's
into
gonna be
my
fine.
great shaft.
Look into my great
Look
shaft.
at my great
Be
shaft.
hypnotized by my great shaft. And this the fucking as the vital essence is removed
I know,
from this
like
podling, and he like dries up
Like an old potato.
like an old potato, and it works like filler to the Skeksi.
I
when
know,
he
like
drinks it.
he's like,
ooh, I got plump.
I look good.
But not for long.
Nope, it dries out because then he looks at his hands.
Podling
and it
don't
looks
hit like
my
Gelfling
hands.
do.
Nope, Gelfling hit different.
Too bad we fucking demolished all of them. What just happened? Your beer
Spit
explode?
a little bit. Well, I was about to say that Gelfling is gas, and then I was like so clever that I had to fucking say it before I took my drink.
So yeah, when he's like liar, slave squeezer.
I know.
When it doesn't work.
Like that's what I'm gonna.
Squeezer.
That's my slur for you. That's what I'm gonna call you.
And you see that Aughra is also locked up. So even though they
Right.
were all kind of scared of her and shit
I
when
know.
she showed up, they
Because
still
she was
just threw
talking
her
all
in a
that
cage.
shit. She was like, "Fuck you." They're like, "Fine, get in a cage."
Get one drop of essence.
Right.
So the Landstriders arrive at this and have to fight the Gartham.
They
because
show
Kira
up,
just
they
straight
come-
attacks.
I know. They're riding around. They go fast. They find the Gartham showing up back at this castle with the podlings that were stolen from her tribe. So she was like, "We ride, bitch." So the Landstriders, unfortunately,
We got a gasp from Kim.
oh
So the voice of the Chamberlain,
yeah,
he was also Terry the Pterodactyl in Clifford.
oh yep,
Wow.
yep. Yes, it
Wow.
was.
Okay.
That really
Yes, it was.
excited.
Hello, I'm Terry the Pterodactyl.
That's so funny.
Yes.
You should have that
Yes.
so we knew.
Yes.
So yeah, so she's knocked down and she goes to free the podlings
Right.
while the
And it's-
Landstrider continues to fucking
I
fight
know,
this
and
battle.
at first, that Landstrider ain't nothing to fuck with.
No.
It's all kss.
stabbing at you.
But then they're outnumbered,
Yeah,
and
and it gets-
overpowered, and thrown over the fucking cliff.
Hate it.
I hate it.
I know.
do,
and it's like,
like-
they just did you. They were just
I know.
peacefully grazing.
All they were doing was being like land horses.
And like when you said, "Can we catch a ride to the castle?" Did you say, "By the way, it's part of a prophecy, and
Sure.
the Skeksis are trying to kill
No,
us"?
again,
so-
like just like how they did not tell the podlings that Gartham are coming like right now,
like they're looking
for
actively
right now,
this dude.
for me.
Yeah.
Nobody asks any
Well,
questions.
hey, it's
Nobody
the first
offers any
Gelfling dick
information.
she's seen in fucking ever. She's like,
She doesn't
I'll-
even see nothing.
Well, no, she will, because he liked to get naked.
Okay, all right.
You do.
There's no
So I
ding-a-ling
thought about
that I could
this.
see, but
I thought about this. Even though they're the last two Gelfling, for all they know, they're brother and sister.
right.
Second-
Number one,
Thank you.
Second, even if they do reproduce,
Adam and
who are
Eve,
they
baby.
gonna? So we are all inbred. Every single last one of us is.
Why do
our-
you think Gelflings look like that?
You know what?
were
Like
always
Scarlett Johansson, you're right.
They were always.
I was like, oh
inbred.
shit, Scarlett Johansson. No, wait, it's Kira.
So yeah, the Striders get ganged up on,
Right.
and fucked up. The Gartham backed them to the edge. The not the podlings, the Gelflings to the edge, and then we discover that Kira got wings though.
Yeah. By the way, we could just jump off this fucking cliff because I got wings.
and he's like, "What?
I
got
don't have
wings." And
wings.
she's
Like,
like,
of
"Yeah,
course you
fool.
don't.
You're
You're a
fucking
boy."
Ugh.
So could she have flown them?
I think she only.
yeah, I think
Maybe
she just
she
glides.
only got, but then why the wings though? Like they look like fairy wings that you should be able to flap.
So I mean, I'm only 2 episodes into the series.
Oh,
but
they
so
don't-
far
maybe
the
they
ones
explain
with
it?
wings kind of just do the same, where it just kind of makes them be able to glide more so than they're like
They're not sky
flying
dancers?
up in the air. No, they're not sky dancing.
Not sky dancers at all.
So they find a way in, and Chamberlain is watching.
Right. They go in through this sewer probably, and he's over there watching. The mystics are still
walking,
shambling.
yep.
And Lord Chamberlain catches up with them and grabs them.
First, he greets him up like, "Come on,
I
we
know,
can live
like,
together. Just go tell
And that's
them, it'll
not-
be great."
Like Kira knows better. She's like, no, this motherfucker's full of shit. I
well,
can tell.
Fizzgig knows better. He
Well,
fucking attacks his ass.
Fizzgig is like, this is the Skeksi's version of Wimpy, and I will not have it.
No.
I
will
will
not
not
pay
have
you
it.
Tuesday. I mean, I will
I
not
will
loan
not
you a
pay you at all.
cheeseburger for you to pay me
You get no
Tuesday.
cheeseburgers. You get no Gelfling. You get nothing.
And Jen stabs Chamberlain in the hand with
the
the shard, and you
shard.
see that a mystic is like,
The
like it
same thing.
gets
And they're, like,
hit at the
unbothered
same time. No, they don't
By
care.
all of this, they don't give a
care.
shit about shit.
And Chamberlain knocks all these rocks from the ceiling down on top of Jen,
Right.
and takes Kira. And she tells Fizzgig to stay with Jen.
Right. So now Lord Chamberlain's up there brandishing Kira.
Yeah, the Skeksi see
other
him and are like,
Skeksis.
ooh, get out of here. But then they see that he's got a Gelfling.
Right.
And they're
Like,
Whoa!
oh, fuck. And he like gets in there with the Emperor. Like, I did this. I brought a Gelfling.
And they want to kill her, but he's like, no, she's mine, but you can take her essence.
Well, no, like, Lord Chamberlain's like, she's mine. But the scientist is like, but wait, General, you could eat the essence of the Gelfling. Remember how I told you that those were better?
And he's like, well, all right, we'll take her essence and then kill her.
Yeah, that'll be fine. First we kill her. First we take her essence. And then we tattoo her. Then we hang her. Then we kill her.
And he has Chamberlain's robes returned.
Right.
to
He's
him.
like, okay, fine. Well, you can have your robes back. So now, sad little Fizzgig, like you could see his little wet eyes, how sad he is.
waiting for Jen to
It's
come
like
back
a
to
ball
life.
of fluff with two little button eyes,
wet
and you could
eyes.
tell how sad that Muppet is. It's stupid. He's crying.
And Aughra's got her eye out on the table. She keep an eye out.
She
And she sees everything going on. Kira's being strapped in and the draining begins.
not in the suck seat.
She in the suck seat. Not the cuck chair, but the suck seat.
Don't look at it, Marion.
Look at
Like,
the
could she
shaft.
not just close her eyes?
No.
Right?
Could
They
she
don't have
not just
eyelids.
like don't look
Gelflings
at
don't
it?
have
You know what
eyelids.
though? You know what though? Every single time I go to make a copy, I tell myself, don't look directly at the fucking copy machine.
do
And I
it?
do it every single time. So you know what?
She's compelled.
She's compelled. The power of Christ compels
Power
her.
of crystal
the
compels her.
power of crystal.
I know some people
compels-
around here like that.
Far too many walking these streets.
And Jen, who's pulled himself out of the rock pile, he calls
Oh,
out
right.
like I don't know. He knows she's in trouble.
They dream fasted. So,
So I
like,
guess now they're
I guess they
connected.
could do whatever. So he's going towards her.
Well, he yells out, "Fight them!" And then Aughra's like, "Call the animals to freedom."
right. Do it now.
So she does. They break out and attack.
Kamalia! Kamalia!
And the animals push the scientists down the crystal hole.
Not the shaft.
And then when one mystic
they
just
give him the shaft. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Just
give him the
burns
shaft.
up whatever. It falls down into the fire.
And the animals set Kira free, and Aughra's like,
Hey.
you're too late.
Yeah, it's too
It
late.
don't matter."
I
And
know,
she just
but
leaves her ass locked
She's
up.
gonna loot. No, Aughra's out. She's looting.
I thought she left her in the cage and she
No.
got herself out because she's out later, but she's
Well,
not
I
out
don't know
right
how
then.
she gets out later, but yeah, she's not then. But I think
I think maybe one of the animals lets her
that
out.
might be true. But then she just kind of is like, "It's too late. You're fucked." So I'm
knows
just
how
gonna
it's
sit
gonna
here
end
and
too,
loot the
apparently.
Skeksi's science lair.
So the mystics are almost there.
They're
Almost
not quite. They're not putting any kind of hustle or effort. They're gonna get there when they fucking get there.
And Jen's on his way, but he falls into a hole.
Oh no!
What's that sound?
Oh, it's
Fucking
fucking
Gartham
Gartham with the
clickies.
eyes. The eyes in the dark. I don't like it. There's so many.
And they like toss him around so much they break a hole in the wall.
Yes, they
straight
bust
to the
through. So he
crystal
crawls
chamber.
into the crack of the shaft. Not the shaft.
shard shaft crack.
Shard shaft crack. And he climbs up the shaft. He shimmies up the shaft.
Shimmies up the shaft. Yep.
As the Gartham try to get him. He's like, wait a minute. Isn't that the crystal up there? So he climbs up there and then he finds where the suck seat is, and then he ends up a level
I know.
above
I'm like,
the
how did he get
cannot
above
get
it?
on
He
the
didn't
level.
even get up to as
No,
high as the crystal.
He can't get on its level. He
It's on
can't
a
get
whole
nova level.
level.
The dinkles is my jam. The jellies in my jams.
So yeah, so Fizzgig's loose in the castle. He's
Yes,
just rolling
just
around
rolling
like
around.
a fucking fuzzy little ball. And Jen makes it to where Aughra is. And she's out now. She just
Right,
she's
she's
looting.
looting. She's
She's
looking
just
around.
looking
Yeah,
around.
she's
Like
just
even
picking up
though the
things.
world's about to end and she knows it, she's like, well, what
What else
there's
am I
some
going
cool
to do?
shit in here.
I know.
What if things go well?
Maybe
I might
I'll-
need some of this shit.
Maybe.
And she tells him Kira's that away. He
Right.
heads off for Kira. And the Gartham tries to block the mystics as they arrive.
Right. No, they don't. They just bow.
Well, at first they kind of they
that's
gather
right,
up,
but
and then
they
as
do
they
the
come up and they do the they
yeah,
like
yeah, they do. They do.
scurry
You're
away.
right. You're right. You're right.
So now Jen's up above. I don't know how the fuck he got
he
like
just
3 floors up, but he
was on the science level, then he went above. Like he can't quite get where
and this
he needs
gives
to
me
be.
Indiana Jones.
Yes,
when they're
the
watching
Temple of
it's
Doom.
the same type of like the cave window holes as
Kalima.
as they're
Kamalea.
looking down.
Kalima, Kamalea, Kalima Shaktade.
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously.
In my hand. Through your chest.
So he sees Kira hiding, or no, Kira's hiding, and the Skeksis walk right past, and then he
they
sees
see
her
each other
across the
the way.
thing.
Yeah.
And the Skeksis gather around the crystal.
The crystal calls.
And then Fizzgig blows up Kira's fucking spot. This little fucker.
I know. Shut the fuck
I get your excitement.
Again,
She's been gone for 5 minutes.
once again,
Fucking relax.
the insane animals that we had would have done the same
exactly.
fucking shit.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! So the Skeksi spy them both like, oh fuck, two Gelfling.
Hey, this is gonna be good. We're eating tonight.
So they stick
And
the
that-
Gartham on them.
Fucking Jen is like right there before anybody comes into this chamber. Jen is right
Could've
fucking
just
there.
leapt
Just
onto the
pop it
crystal.
in there.
Yeah.
Pop it in there.
And now, is it just me? Was it my eyeballs, or is the hole in the crystal moving as he's watching the
it
crystal?
seemed like it was.
It looks
in a
like it's
different
going
place. like while you were looking at it.
Yes, like
I didn't
it was
notice
like
that.
cartoony. Like
Is it
they
'cause it was
drew a
glowing?
hole onto the crystal,
Maybe.
and maybe it was because the light
Right.
was shining different.
Like they painted it or something.
But on my screen, it looked like the hole was just slightly moving around,
kind of hovering about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So so he leaps for the crystal as they
Sure.
all are going for Kira, but he drops
Gets
the fucking
on top
shard.
of the crystal, right where he needs to fucking be, but cannot handle that shard.
Too slippery.
Drops it. Butterfingers.
And the Skeksi goes for it, but Fizzgig bites his fucking hand. And he chucked Fizzgig into the hole. No,
Oh,
not in
you
the shaft.
motherfucker. You motherfucker. I would have lost my fucking mind. I would have lost my fucking mind.
And Kira
My
flutters
insane
down.
animal?
How dare you?
Dare you kill my
I know. I can yell at this motherfucker, but you better not.
Don't kick my animal in
Kick
a hole.
my fucking weird animal into a hole. Not down the great shaft, you fucking asshole.
Shaft hole?
Not the shaft hole.
Kira flutters down and gets the shard.
Mm-hmm.
And the Skeksi... What is this word?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Skeksi something.
Gelfling, Gartham, where I don't even know
I
where
don't
I'm
know.
at.
So
Okay.
Kira tosses the shard to Jen. And
And they
is
stab
stabbed
her.
by a
Oh,
Skeksi. No, and dies.
She just dies immediately there on the floor. And now Jen's like, oh.
Now I can get the... So he stabs
Right, now
the
he
shard
jams
into
it right
the
in there.
crystal, and it
All dramatic.
blows him off.
Yep.
He
and
goes
now
to
it's
Kira.
the great conjunction is happening right now.
And the Gartham all fall apart. And the castle starts crumbling. And now the mystics are
have
here.
finally arrived into the chamber. Here they made it.
They're
and they
like-
start fucking chanting.
Fashionably late.
Oh, very, very much so.
And meanwhile, Aughra finds Fizzgig still hanging on by his teeth in the
Aughra
shaft.
completely unbothered and
Right?
unmoved.
Just wandering around.
She knows how it ends.
I guess so. She must know without knowing because she didn't seem to have a whole lot of information.
The conjunction, so
She's like, fuck,
She
it's a
knew something was
conjunction. Maybe it's
happening.
bad. Maybe it's good. I don't fucking
So she
know.
scoops him out of there.
Right. And then she's like, instead of eating him, she takes him with her.
And the podlings all snap out of their stupor.
Oh, yay.
And a light shoots into the mystics,
mystics
out of their
and they-
eyes
right,
and
they
into the
shoot it
Skeksis.
outwards.
Which
And
draws
draws
the
the
Skeksis
Skeksis
back.
and sucks them back in where they become one again.
And they turn
Turn
into these
into
opaque,
tree people.
floaty, tree, tall, white
What
aliens.
the fuck even is that?
Favorite.
And tell them, and now the prophecy is fulfilled.
Okay, cool.
And Jen takes Kira over to them, and they're like, your courage and sacrifice made us
good
whole.
for you. When we were wildin',
Yeah, we
and we
got
thought
cocky.
we could do some shit.
Yeah, Kira really was the podling, the Gelfling who saved
Kind of,
the day.
yeah. I mean, like he jammed it in, but she lubed it up.
just like a man.
I know. She
had to
got
lube
it
it
all
up
on and
herself.
popping, and he just showed up in the last couple seconds
it
and
in
jam
there.
it in.
Fixed it.
And so the tall whites resurrect Kira.
Right.
They leave the crystal to them, the
Yes.
crystal of truth.
Bye.
Make your world in its light. And then they just fuck off.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Bye.
No more Skeksis, no more mystics, no more whatever these
tree
guys
people.
are.
No, we're out of here. We're
Gone.
going back to our place. We got stuck here. When
And
we
good
were
luck
two different
repopulating the Gelflings.
Hey,
there's only
because
two
it's
of
just you two. I mean, you could have made us like maybe gave us another couple or two.
Right? Could you bring back a couple
And
more?
could they breed with a podling? Maybe like have a little
Yeah,
get a
you
little
would think.
podling
Just
whatever
some sort
in
of
there.
weird little.
They start breeding with the fucking Landstriders
wings.
instead.
Oh no.
The Neblings.
Oh my god.
So yeah, apparently, I was gonna say, according to my mom, this movie was one of the first movies to scare me. But now,
No.
I don't even know if that's fucking true.
I don't
because
know what
asked
your
my
life
mother,
is. It's a lie.
Can you tell me? Because I had asked her before. Can you remember what was the first scary movie I saw? And she said the Dark Crystal really scared you. Well, that's not what I meant. I meant like the first horror movie that I
Right.
saw. But okay.
But okay.
Noted. So now 6 months later, I go, oh, we're doing the Dark Crystal. I'm gonna ask my mom. Mom, what was it that really scared me about the Dark Crystal? Did we see it in the theater? Do you remember anything I said? And her response was, the rat movie scared you more.
That's not what I said.
That is not what I asked. What do you remember about the Dark Crystal? She means Secret and Nim.
Yes.
She means Secret and Nim.
See, I was
Because she goes, there's the underground city, and
Yes,
they talk,
yes,
and
yes.
like, yeah. So, but then she goes, oh, Dark Crystal, that's the one with David Bowie. And I'm like, Mom.
Oh my God.
When the crystal rose up and he was
brought
sitting
you
on top
a
of it.
crystal.
Yeah.
The crystal.
Sure.
It's a crystal. Nothing
Kind of.
more.
Kind of.
So yeah, I'm not, my mom is always trying to gaslight me with her bad memory. And so I'm not.
Can't allow
Not
her
gonna
to
allow
do
it anymore. I'm
not.
not gonna ask my mom any more questions. We were talking about doing a Mother's Day episode about a movie that we know both of our moms made us watch, or not made us, but
Well, not made
both
us,
our
but
moms
yeah.
were Stephen King fans. We're like, let's do Carrie. Both our moms know Carrie. I
Right.
tell my mom, we're thinking about having you guys on the podcast for Mother's Day. When we watch Carrie, she says, I don't know if I've ever seen that movie all the way through. Mother. If I've seen Carrie multiple times when I was young enough to live in your house, who was fucking
Who was
watching Carrie with me? It was just
Nobody.
me.
It was your invisible mom, your
It was just
imaginary
me.
mom.
It was just me.
Well, I did ask my mom if she had any memories about Dark Crystal, and she said, "Oh, that was some time ago," as she does. She said, "I remembered it looked so cool. It was Muppets, but it wasn't Sesame Street. It was more artsy fartsy, and I thought it was cool, and I wanted to show my kids art and being creative using your imagination. So a movie using Muppets in a different form." Oh, fuck. Me in a different form. I do remember I sat and watched it with you, and I thought it was cool. Some of the scenes you and your brother would say back and forth, and I remember you watched it the whole time, through the whole thing, and you've watched it several times over the year. That's what I remember.
And so can you tell which one of our moms didn't spend the last 50 years consistently smoking weed?
Well, I told you, like I said earlier, there's no way in hell my mom would confuse Secret of Nim, Dark Crystal, and Labyrinth. She would never.
I'm
She
telling
would
you.
fucking never.
I'm telling
At
you.
least.
Messing with you. She
At least. It
I
sounds
don't
like
know,
she
man.
is, but I don't think
I don't
she
think
is.
she is, man. She said to me when I was like, oh my God, she goes, I'm old. What do you want? My mom turned 69 this week, y'all.
69.
Nice.
69.
What am I thinking of?
So we do have actually one message that I can read. This one's from Halloween Town.
For a second, I was like, you're not going to
No,
do
no.
it, are you?
This one's from Halloween Town. You guys know Halloween Town?
Yes.
They make the This Week in Doom kind of like,
and I love
they
it.
make a graphic kind of thing where
I
they
love
break
it
down
every
the stuff we
time.
talked about in the episode. So I got this message from Halloween Town. Okay,
Never
ladies.
stop.
I know this is you, but please share with Tessa or even as a yearbook dealio for the entire Doom team. And hey, rile up that audience while you're at it.
Oh, shit.
You're making my job harder by just describing the movie. You got to talk about dogs. You got to talk about a Del Taco parking lot circa 1995. Not specifically, but when you see a fork in the road, take it. The eddy is sometimes funnier than the main flowing current. Give me something. Love you all. Even the semi-present, seldom heard research peeps. And I told him...
All right, for now.
Stop nagging us already. God.
So I told him we're still finding our groove with the the move and everything and having to like do a 2-hour drive before recording. He said, yes, understood. It's not a complaint as much as a rallying cry to the cult of doom.
Okay.
So so we had one message. If you guys want to send a message, I'm telling you, it is so easy.
It really is.
You can text 702-720-DOOM. You can call and leave a voicemail. We won't answer,
No
I
one's
promise. I
answering
have
this
it set to
phone.
do not
No one's
disturb.
answering it.
Straight to voicemail.
That's a promise.
It doesn't have to be a review of our show. It doesn't have to have anything to do with our show.
We don't
Just
necessarily
send us a
need your
funny
opinion.
fucking voicemail.
Therapy session.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, no therapy session, please. No one-sided
Please
therapy
don't
sessions.
trauma dump. I mean, I guess that's fine.
Try to
but,
keep it
like,
short. Try to keep it snappy. Let us
Keep
know.
it tight. Keep it right. You know,
Jessica
just
Tandy
like
that shit.
Jessica Tandy's pussy. Come
You
on.
keep it tight. You keep
Think
it right.
through.
You can email us, doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com. You can DM us on Instagram or whatever social media you follow us on. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/doomgeneration for this month in Doom episodes and hopefully some new merch coming soon.
Ooh.
Chickle, chickle.
And
Chickle,
next
chickle.
month, we
Yeah,
teased
brought that
earlier we would
back.
say what's coming for March.
Oh, yes. We have some mechanical march or machine
Yes, we're going to be talking about things having to do with machines.
Yes. So
Until next week.
we'll talk at you next time.
Later, Doomers.